Yo, 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 let's get the business.
Softball. Last few.
That's a whole
last
different
few
animal. You
years.
see a girl hit that ball from Oklahoma?
Yes.
Yeah, center.
Oklahoma got some
Always.
beast on their thing.
Always. My oldest daughter, because she's softball guru. We talking about that. Yeah.
I've really grown into watching, especially in the tournament. I think with
sure.
Liberty beat Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Texas A&M ranked #1.
The tournament's crazy because, I mean, you got Kentucky's in it, Murray's in it, Western's in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is different. Ole Miss making a run.
Yeah, you don't see that.
But yo, let's get the business. I got a very, very special guest in the building today. Whew, this one was bucket list. You talking about the Colossus of Clout. You talking about the great BANDCHINO. Whatever you want to call him, man. He was a stud. He's just good at everything. I'm sure if you've been from the area, Hardin County, Central Kentucky, anywhere in the surrounding areas, you've heard of this name. You've heard of this man before. He's a beast on all levels, whether it be the diamond, the gridiron, the court, coaching, mentorship, great father, fun person to be around, down to earth, humble, intellectual, and very inspirational too, man. You know, coming up, all I heard was his stories. Demond this, Demond that. Can you be as good as Demond? No. You know what I mean? Demond, man, he was slapping 30, 40 on him. Shooting it from the hash?
From the hash market.
From the hashes?
Every
You
now
gotta
and
let
then.
these people know.
Every now and
Every
then.
now and then, he'll just pull up on you. Just, you know how they do now. Steph and them just
I love to play that.
splash and turn around.
Oh, Lord. Love
Man,
it.
you fit right into this era.
Yes, sir.
Which, you know, hold on, let me reverse a little bit. Let's get the business. I'm your host with the most, of course. Let's get the business podcast. I appreciate everybody tapping in, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I promise you keep bringing more content and incredible people. But, yo, if I was to analyze and break down this man's resume, we'd be here all night, all day. He have to stay the night. He have to bring luggage, bags, and everything. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different awards, achievements, accolades. The resume of his history is just phenomenal, incredible, phenomenal athlete, straight stud. Yo, but I have to fill in a few things because you became the second Tiger baseball player to be inducted into the Campbellsville University Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
Joining the fellow pitcher that was inducted in 2016, Donnie Johnson. You played under Coach Buford Sanders in 95 and 96, the only two-time All-American in the program's history upon induction in the father's 2001, the transfer from Northeast Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. Named the Kentucky Collegiate Athlete Conference Player of the Year, NAIA District 32 Regional Player of the Year, both seasons as a Tiger.
Yes, sir.
Campbellsville Tigers to be exact, for you Kentuckians. In 1995, KIAC regular season tournament champs, 96 conference regular season tournament titles, reaching the NAIA regional finals for the first time, which you played a major part in leading them to that monument. Top 10 in multiple statistic categories still to this day. Single season records, sitting third at strikeouts at 94. Was it fourth at home runs?
Yes.
At 16 in 1995. Fifth at runs batted in. You know what those are. It's at 66. And fifth at wins at 9. And what's that? And 23 home runs? Batting average 352?
Yeah, that's
Come on, talk heavy. Big slugger. Big bat, man.
something like that. A little bit.
Yeah, you know when they see the like, they know who that is. They know who that is. He ain't even swing half time. Just standing there. Yeah. Well, how many KO? How many strikeouts? Shoo. Probably don't even remember.
Nah, I don't remember, to be honest.
Man, wins on the mound was 16. Just a dual threat, all around athlete. Phenomenal. Yo, he's gonna break you down. He's gonna wear you down and tear you down on every level. And drafted by the Chicago White Sox in the 8th round out of Elizabethtown High School, having his number retired by the baseball program. So the number 15 still holds weight to this day and hasn't been worn since 1997 whenever he retired and put the cleats up. And the shoes up, because he get on the court with you too and splash him and dash him. He'll give you 30 or 40. But I've heard so much about you, you know what I mean? Just coming up as a kid, just, man, so many stories. You know, me being from a different generation, I can only elaborate on so many different things, you know, but you are truly a legend. I was gonna say that early, like, one of those guys, you know what I mean? Extreme standout, somebody to look up to. You built with that different it factor and gifts that you can't teach in your possession. And the hero to some. Blessed by the higher power, man. You know what I mean? There's some things, some people you just good at everything, right?
God-given ability.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Don't try to when you hit the ball, make sure you hit it hard. Because if he's on second base, you're going to have to hit a rocket over there. You know what I mean? You're going to have to really, because he's going to snag him, man. And you better have them rollers. You better have them burners going down first baseline. But always fun to be around. Charisma, lighting up the room, encouraging others to be great. Majorly impacting within the community, whether it be coaching, you're just a phenomenal athlete, father, ball player, mentor. Yo, DeMond Thomas in the building.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yo, I had to get him in here, man. It's only right that I had to do this. I'm telling you. And I even played softball against him. Yeah, don't even try him with that. He's on the pitcher's mound. I'm like, what is he throwing out there? You know, he's throwing some junk and he's putting a little sauce on it. I'm like, shh, they can't hit it. If they hit it, it's like a weird little spin and it pop up.
The good old days.
Yeah, you're dead meat. So for the people in the back that don't know you, basically, as the Colossus of Cloud, as the great BANDCHINO, how'd you come up, man? Did you come up always into sports and dreaming about yourself being out there and being a star like that?
Well, I mean, to be quite frank with it, my dad was a great athlete and a phenomenal athlete. He's in the ELIZABETHTOWN Hall of Fame, 3-sport athlete.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so I was always around sports. I followed him in his softball career. I'd be a little man over catching in when they was taking ground balls before games and things like that. But then he just encouraged me to, you know, don't put one down. If you can play them all three, play all three of them.
Yeah, you played all three in high school.
So I played all three of them. Now, it kind of killed my book studies a little bit.
When'd you have time, man?
Yeah, but no, it all started with God and my dad. That's where it all came from.
Absolutely. And yeah, just playing all three and being able to lock in and play all three. I mean, like you said, it takes away some book time.
Absolutely.
So who was some top inspirations coming up that you just looked at and you evolved your game around? And it could be any sport or it could be outside of sports.
Well, my favorite baseball player was Ozzie Smith.
That's a legendary man.
So, you know, the Wizard of Oz. So that's where, you know, I thrived on it. I wanted to wear a Rollins glove because he wore a Rollins glove. But my whole entire life I was compared to what they call the GOAT, Mark Bradley.
Yes.
My entire...
Yo, let's get that out early. Shout out to the Mark, man. Because along with your name, I heard Mark all the time coming up, man. Because people used to look at me and be like, oh, you kind of shaped like Mark. Yeah. I'm like, you know, and even though he's my people, I didn't grow up around him.
Right.
So I just heard about how great you all were at everything.
And I got to see him as a young age because him and my dad were... I never got to see him play, but when he was with the Dodgers and they won the World Series and he brought back his World Series trophy and he got me a signed baseball by all the Dusty Baker and all them guys. And then
81, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I kept, but then the whole time I was playing sports, he's the next Mark Bradley. He's the next Mark Bradley. Are you gonna be better than Richard Thomas? Be better than Mark Bradley?
Those are the questions.
Yes. So my goal was to be better than all of them. And Coach Myers told me one day, he said, I know you hear all about Mark Bradley and your daddy, and he said, you're the best player I ever coached. That's the biggest compliment I ever had in my life.
Yeah, 100%. And so Myers was over the E-Town baseball program at the time.
Yes, sir. He coached myself, he coached my dad, myself, and my brother. Okay.
Talk heavy, man. Shout out to Myers.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's around still.
No, he passed away.
Did he?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years ago, Coach Myers passed away.
So nice. So let's get the business early. College ball. NAIA at Campbellsville. How'd you feel adjusting from high school and then getting drafted and then ended up being an all-out standout NAIA Player of the Year, Campbellsville? How you feel about all those transformations?
Well, the thing about it was I went to junior college out of high school. I was going to Oklahoma.
Okay.
When I turned down the sign with the White Sox, I was going to Oklahoma State, but my ACT score was 1.2 low. It goes back to not giving enough time to the books. But so I decided to go to Howard, Texas. They just won a Junior College World Series. So I went to play at Howard, and that's all that is all D1 players that just didn't pass the ACT, basically.
Yeah.
So when I was hooping down there, every one of my teammates went D1. Every one of them. I was going to Texas Tech from there to hoop. And then my baseball coach, Coach Griffin, said, we're transferring to Northeast Texas. We want you to go. So I had to get put down to basketball. Coach Vincent told me before he passed away, it's the worst mistake I ever made was putting down the basketball.
I heard how sick he was from that.
So I went to Northeast Texas, and, and down there in Texas, it's like anywhere you go south and play junior college baseball, it's legit.
Absolutely.
High quality.
Yeah, it's different.
So then I transferred to Louisiana Lafayette, and they got put on probation because of the coach did some stuff with money. So I called back home and said, Daddy, I'm ready to come home. And my friend Travis Wooten from Lure County was at Campbellsville. He said, we need him. But I was determined to go to Georgetown and go hoop and play baseball with Jason Woodard and Johnny Ray Williams and all them. I was hooping with them twice a week. But, when you got friends, they ain't going to steer you wrong.
Absolutely.
So that's how I ended up at Campbellsville. And I kind of wish I'd have played all 4 years down there, to be honest with you. Coach Sanders was phenomenal. And it was just, but the White Sox blackballed me because they said I turned down a lot of money, which is a false statement.
That's a false statement.
Very false
and
statement.
See, those are the rumors and the speculations that, because you're just you're so influential and people are watching you, you're so phenomenal at everything. People are like, well, what's the story behind it? And then this and that and the third.
Well, I mean, they all say, my dad told me not to sign. They said, my dad called me back in his bedroom the day of draft. And he said, hey, you make whatever you want to do, bro. He said, but it's all about chance, opportunity. I told my dad no, because they're lowballing me. And they really did. Because I had an agent down in Dallas, Texas, Dwayne Major, great guy. He's Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Larry Johnson, all their agents.
Legends.
And yeah, for sure. And he came from Endicott Industries, and he said, man, they give me a raw deal.
Right.
So I said, Daddy, I want to go to college and play baseball. Drafting it, it'll come back again. But unfortunately, it didn't come back again because the White Sox blackballed me. So, it is what it is. I still have 3 beautiful daughters and
still blessed.
Yeah, and coach the state championship team. So everything works out for a reason.
Plus, you're a legend regardless. And plus, you're just such a ball player too. You know what I mean? Like your love and passion for the game. Sometimes that overrides everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I could sit there. It's funny, I watch a lot of basketball because I'm not a real NBA fan of watching to the playoffs.
I was going to ask you about that. It's the energy is different out there now. Yeah, I tried to watch it the other day.
I watched my guy.
Yeah.
Steph. That's my guy. I like, because it makes me think of me.
Best shooter of all time?
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
And you've seen a lot of basketball being played out of these parts.
And his thing about Steph though, his work ethic it's unbelievable.
Yes.
So my dad and I sit there and watch things, and we're so much into the game, and then we see things before. I'm like, Daddy, he's wide open. He said, man, he missed him, and then 5 minutes later, the commentator will say something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we sit there and watch the game, and we don't just watch it, we analyze it.
Yeah. So you feel like in your vision of the game is probably similar to Steph's. Did you play point back in the day?
I played 2.
Played the 2?
Yes.
I wish I would have played the 2.
I wish I'd have played the point. I had the ball in my hands more.
Give me the rock.
Let me do it.
Chill. Get on the wing, bro.
Yeah, I'll get you when you're open.
Yeah, you be the quarterback.
Yeah.
I got you later.
Yeah.
I feel that too. It does feel good.
Oh, for sure.
Having that rock in your hand. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So some of your ups and downs with those different things. I think you've peeled off a few layers already about some challenges, what decisions to make, this, that, and the third. I was going to ask you that, but I think that covers that up basically. So who's some legends from the area that you really looked up to? I know you named a few.
Ooh, that's tough. Growing up, like I said, my dad and Mark Bradley, Newt Hair, Coach Hair,
yes,
Coach French,
Shout James.
But the thing about it is, I didn't really. I was around Darnell Hair, Coach Hare's younger brother, a lot when they was really good in football with Darnell and Hoagie and Bill Ranzo went to UK and all that. So I was that was my babysitters. Darnell was, and so he still calls me little bro. So I was always go watch him play.
So you grew up around talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they were very talented.
Very good.
And at that time, I admired what they were doing. I was like, one of these days I'm gonna be like him.
I heard stories about them too.
Yeah, they was phenomenal. Bill Ransel, man, he talking about throwing the football. He was all amazing. He started at UK. So and I said that was my goal. I said, you know what? They talking about all these names because you hear names as you come up all the time. This guy, this guy, this guy.
Yes.
I said to myself, I had my own little personal goal. My name's gonna be said sometime.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And it's still being said.
Not saying that in a cocky way.
When these conversations around the way they get bought up, you are right there. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
At the tippity top. You know what I mean? And that's why I had to bring you in here. You know, this is superbly bucket list for me. You know, hang around with Jill Chaney Bob and all them.
That's my guy right there.
Like, whew. And then, of course, Lanny and all them.
That's my
Ryan.
boy. Yeah, that's my best friend.
They big braggers on you. You know what I mean? Because I grew up around them.
Lance and Ryan, I mean, man, that's where it all started, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And, you know, Ryan's big wig and blue oval.
Yeah.
And Lance is making the money out in Venice Beach. Me and my brother talking about flying out there seeing at the middle of June.
Yeah, you should.
But, I mean, that was my childhood best friends. And, I mean, literally, Mr. Bill would drop me off, and I would cry at the doorstep. I'd be fake crying.
Yes.
Because I want to go stay on the field, you know what I'm saying?
That's our second mama died over there.
Donna Faye is she's my godmom.
It was so fun to just be over there. They were so fun, so sporty. They were so competitive, too, to be around. They always brought out the competitive nature.
Yeah, for sure.
So, who's your top 5 baseball players of all time?
Ooh, all time. Okay.
Talk heavy.
I'm going to say...
And that's petty to ask you. I know it is.
Griffey Jr.
That's mine. That's mine, Phil.
Barry Bonds.
Okay.
You know,
Big bat.
I'm naming hitters right now.
You have to. Them two right there.
Yeah, for sure. Dwight Gooden.
Ooh. See, I need to do my homework.
Dr. K. That's why I wore 16 when I was young.
You playing the 80s?
Yes.
Word.
He was on this. He played with he was with Mark Bradley then.
Okay.
And Darryl Strawberry and all them.
Yes. Big bats.
Ooh. Dale Murphy. And
Word.
see, I don't give too much. I'm not gonna give too much to today's presidents, like Tatis and all them.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
That's some good talents.
But I'm gonna give one. Cruz.
Dela Cruz.
He's a bad boy.
He was about line of question for later. I had to ask you about this guy, man.
Dela Cruz, bad boy.
He made sure we got there and played good.
A man to the 10th power. He plays the game the right way.
He does.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's somewhat kind of tall, is he?
Yes, he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he's
shortstop. Yeah, and you don't have any shortstop like that. The last time he had shortstop that tall was Cal Ripken.
Absolutely, I noticed that about him. I'm like, yo, he's this good, and he's like 6'4",
and got a 30-06. He got gun and run like a deer.
Turn 2 on you quick, man. And he hit it like a ton.
Yeah, both sides.
Making the Reds look good, man.
Yes, sir.
So, how about basketball? Top 5.
Jordan. See, that's funny, you know, not trying to mess up this whole podcast, but everybody wants to compare Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, yada.
Man, that's why we got the Colossus of Cloud here. Break it down for him. Make it real for him. Make it clear.
Here's how I look at things. MJ is going to be my number 1 always. Nothing against LeBron. And people might not like this. Kobe's going to be my number 2.
Talk heavy. But
LeBron's going to be my number 3. But if you put LeBron back in the day with Jordan had to play against the Pistons, the bad boys with Lambert, Rodman, and all them, LeBron don't like to get fouled.
Is it the physicality?
Yes, absolutely. But he's 6'9", 275 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan is my all-time favorite. Then you got Kobe, LeBron.
So he gets number 3?
Yeah, I give him number 3.
Word.
But my boy is Steph.
4?
Yeah, I don't care what they say.
Word.
Let's bump him up over LeBron.
I do like Steph.
I want Steph to be number 3, LeBron number 4, and number 5. Ooh, that goes a little bit deep.
That's where it gets crazy.
Yeah, number 5. I got to think about that for a minute. Larry Bird.
Big dog.
Yeah, everybody. He's you watch Michael Jordan and all of them talk about him. Charles Barkley. Notice I didn't say Charles, Shaq. No, they all could be there. But if you watch them, they say Larry Bird. Even Jordan said Larry Bird's 6'9". He'd tell you what he's gonna do before he do it.
Yes, tough.
Absolutely.
And he had to be sick and nice in college because we went to Indiana State and led them to the Final Four.
Yeah, played against Magic.
Indiana State, yo.
You know, nothing about that. I know, right?
So tell the people, tell us a dog that you played around or you played against or that you seen. Like, I'm talking about an absolute killer. It could be local. It could be somebody you played against, AAU basketball, anything.
Somebody that's just a dog?
Absolutely. Absolute dog.
I got two of them.
Yeah.
One of them is when I played on the Kentucky Junior All-Stars and we went to Europe with the Vegas.
Yeah.
We played in Vegas against St. Anthony's, which Bobby Hurley's daddy, Danny Hurley, or Bobby Hurley's senior coach. We played against Danny Hurley. By the way, I gave him the business.
Those Duke names?
Yeah.
You gave him the business?
I gave him the business. I gave him 28.
28.
But,
Take this with you.
They had Roger Groves.
Gave him 20. Hold on. Rewind, bro. Grab the popcorn, people. Bobby Hurley now?
Danny Hurley.
Danny Hurley.
Coach of UConn.
The coach of UConn.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley's people.
Yeah.
From Duke.
Yep.
Slapped 28 on him.
Gave him the business. Gave him the business. But they had a player.
Ooh, roast beef and potato.
They had a player.
Okay.
Roger Groves.
All right. Ooh.
After there, he went to Kentucky for a little bit. Then he went to USC.
Yes. Big Blue Nation.
Let me tell you something. He is a beast.
Rhodes?
Oh, a beast.
How tall was he? 6'7"?
About 6'6", 6'7".
Uh-huh.
We played the whole game. You never got to see it out of Kentucky. Him and Rick didn't get along very well, I guess, is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one was when I was my freshman year, I went to Howard College.
Who has a dog too?
Corey Williams.
Okay. Word.
He played at Bourbon County.
Okay.
His freshman year, he played Ballard with Allen Houston and Mark Bell. Now he gave him 55.
Woo.
In the King of the Bluegrass.
50 fizzle?
50 fizzles.
Allen Houston?
Yeah, he gave it to him.
Good God
So
Almighty.
he was my roommate. And
That's sick.
man, I mean, his life story is a bad story.
Mm-hmm.
But he found God now. Lately, he's back in Texas doing well. Let me tell you something. He's the best player with tennis shoes. I done played against Jason Kidd, Mario Bennett, Chris Webber, all of them. He's the best player I've been on the floor with tennis shoes on.
Man, that's saying a lot. You played against Jason Kidd?
Oh yeah, in Vegas we played against Jason Kidd, Mario Bennett,
Word.
Weber, Jalen Rose, Jimmy King, Ray Jackson, the Fat Five.
Yeah.
And then we played against Felipe Lopez, who was a freshman.
Basketball gods.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Roger Groves, Danny Hurley, we played against all of them.
That's pretty
Glenn
phenomenal,
Robinson.
man. Glenn Robinson. Word.
Corey Alexander. I can go on and on.
So how was that? What'd you gain from all that experience playing against these? I mean, these are legendary, legend names.
Truth.
How do you feel about looking back at all that, man?
As going into it when I was playing, it was a lot different because you're like, oh my gosh, I know all these names. You know, Glenn Robinson going to Purdue.
Right.
You know, Corey Alexander's going here, But it was like when you get on the court and throw the ball up, you're just playing.
Hooping.
But when I sit back, like today, and talk about it, I'm like, wow.
When you realize,
I played against some bad boys.
Yeah, like
and I could compete against them. You know what I mean?
Fun experience.
Oh, that's life.
And I'm talking trash to you.
No, but Roger Groves, he'll tell you. Roger Groves will tell you all about everything he's ready to do.
Was it?
Yeah, we played. I had put Greg Butler's name out there, but he was guarding Greg Butler, or Greg Butler was guarding him on the block in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And Roger Groves faked one way, and Butler jumped for it. Roger Groves turned around and tomahawk dunk, and Butler was still standing the same way. So I told you what I was going to do to you.
Cooked him like that.
Yeah, cooked him like that.
Woo, for breakfast.
Yes, sir.
That sounds like some doggy dogs right there. What's a big moment that stands out in memory to you as far as sports, as a player? You give me one as a coach too, but first as a player.
My biggest moment was my senior year at Campbellsville. Mm-hmm. And we were playing Georgetown College for the conference championship at Campbellsville, and I was pitching, and it was 1-1. And I had 9 innings. I threw all 9 innings. I threw 170-something pitches, which is unheard of in today's world.
Absolutely.
And Les Kirkpatrick, my boy Les, hit a home run, put us up 2-1. I thought I was done. I didn't have no more left. So we go because they're the home team because the way the conference tournament goes, home and visitors, you switch all that up.
Okay.
And I was sitting on the fence, sitting literally down first baseline. My dad said, "Can you get 3 more outs?" I said, "Watch." Coach Sanders said, "I'm gonna put some bats down." "No, you're not. I got the ball." And I went out there and struck out 3, and we won the conference championship.
Talk heavy. Leave it up to the big dog. Hey, that's what your MVPs is for. Put the MVP in. Let me handle this business real quick. Then I'll go out and get some steak.
Facts.
I love that, bro. That's a nice, smooth story right there. How you feel about the transfer portal nowadays? It's a lot different than what you came coming up and what you're used to seeing. It's a whole different world for us. got NIL deals. You got kids, they can go play wherever they want to. You have top prospects. You got kids getting paid more than other kids. How do you feel about it all once you put it in a nutshell?
I mean, I'm jealous. To be honest,
they owe you some bags, right?
I'm jealous.
Where your chicken at? You was throwing it from the dash and splashing.
I'm jealous, but I mean, like I was just reading an article yesterday about Kentucky, Brandon Garrison.
Yeah.
Tennessee offered him $4.7 million.
Wow.
And he turned it down because he said he wants to stay at Kentucky, which he makes $2.25. But I mean, put that in perspective. You're making, as a college athlete, we was happy to get our room and board paid for.
Absolutely, man. It's a whole different world.
They go down there, they get making 2 point something. That takes the NBA out of perspective because you're making just as much money down here, like Oscar Tshiebwe down. You're making just as much money in college as you was making, you know, when you go to the league. So it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's all about money.
And you see no take always like, all right, I'll come back.
I'm back. I'm a millionaire anyway.
Yeah, why not?
I'm back.
He's gonna make more this year than what he would have made this coming up season if he was in the NBA. So that's you know, a nice way to analyze it. So, as a ball player, what's one position that you never really had the opportunity to excel at, based on, you know, team components, things of that nature, but that you feel you would have cooked them and booked them and took flight in? And it could be any sport.
Well, I go back to basketball because my junior year we were really good. We were 24-0 before we got beat.
Wow.
Yeah, we was good, and we were not. We didn't have the athletes that you think that you see every day. The long, lanky, stretch athletes. We had Alex Shearer, Derek Durbin, David Johnson.
So just good basketball
players, athletes that played hard. They know how to play the game hard. And, you know, North Hardin had
David Johnson, you said?
Yeah, DJ.
That's my dog.
DJ, that's my boy. Yeah.
Shout out to David.
Yeah. But then you got North Hardin, they got Lamont Duckett, Gary Valentine, Jason Itutis, Darren Jaquez. You know, they're going 6'9" across the board.
Yeah.
So we're 24-0.
You know, North was always a bigger team than E-Town.
But we smacked them twice in the regular season. But the thing about it is, I wish I could have played the point so I could have the ball in my hands a lot more and distribute, because Alex and Derek, they were shooters, but everything you got to play, it's a team game.
So you had two people to stretch the court on the wing with you.
But then my senior year, Coach French said, all right, he had a meeting with me. He said, hey, we're going to run the Richie Farmer offense and play Clay County and play Kentucky, which is spread them out and you one-on-one. And I said, that's love. Let's do it.
Like a 4-on-1 type of thing?
Yeah, let's do it. I said, so the first scrimmage was Franklin Simpson. I get 56. I'm like, I love this. I
love coaches like that.
Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm still giving you the rock, but we get 56.
Yeah.
But then he went away from it because they started playing triangle and twos and putting two on me and all that.
Zone and all that?
Yeah, so I just wish I could have played. And back in them days, you don't see boxing chasers and triangle and twos anymore very much.
You don't even see a lot of 1-3-1.
That's oh Lord, that's my love.
That's a crazy zone right there.
Everywhere I coach, that's one reason they give me the coach, because I teach the 1-3-1.
Right. I guess it's the shooting, man. Everybody's shooting their way out of the zone.
Yep. They don't play the zone. Defense is not played. When OKC, they lock you up.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, they lock you up.
I'm enjoying watching OKC.
Yeah,
Shea
Gilchrist. Yes.
Casey Wallace is a really good defender.
Yes, I wish he wouldn't have been hurt when he was with the Cats, because he got a lot more out of it. But they don't play like in high school. Like E-Town's known for the 1-3-1 since Coach Vincel coach.
Yeah, that one up top. You got your gamblers on the end.
Yep. You got your one in the middle. You got your baseline guy. But they don't do it anymore. But seriously, everywhere I've coached, I put in a 1-3-1, and everybody's been successul with it, because they play it. I teach them how to play it the right way. Kids today, they want to gamble. It's not about gambling. Play for the next pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially if you know you're not going to get that pass.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for it. Now you're out of position.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct.
Now you're getting cooked.
Yep.
So I'm sure you built some good relationships with coaches that have lasted till this day. Can you name a few?
J.C. Wright.
Shout out to Coach Wright. Coach
Central
Wright. Harding.
Yeah, he's an AD at Central. That's my guy.
He's always just seemed like a good guy.
Yeah, Coach Wright's a great person. Coach Air. Coach Air has been with me since my 7th grade year. I was playing 7th grade, and then I got in trouble in practice because the coach, I'm not gonna say the name, coach took me out, and I went to sit down. I hit the chair real hard. He set me on the bench the first game of 7th grade season. Coach Harris said, if you're not gonna play him, I won't play him. So I went from playing 7th grade in practice and slapping a chair to playing 7th grade and starting 8th grade.
Yeah.
So, and then the next year I come up to 8th grade practice, first day of practice, and he said, what are you doing down here? Coach Finch wants you up at the high school. So from then on, I was at the high school as 8th grader. So Coach Harris has been he's with me. Then Coach Harris came up, been the JV coach. And
he's seen the vision early.
Yeah.
This is a big kahuna. Bring him on up here.
Yeah, Coach Harris.
Point guard?
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
Wow.
Coach Harris has a big influence in my life.
Shout out to Coach Harris, man.
For sure. And Coach Sanders. Coach Sanders is probably the most influential man that I've ever played for because, see, now you're going to make me get teary-eyed. Now, I won't do it.
Football coach?
No, my baseball coach.
Baseball? Okay.
He,
Buford Sanders.
Yeah, very Christian man.
Okay.
And he taught you, he don't call you by your name. We don't call him by his name. We don't call him coach. We call him 3-0. That's his number. He calls me 1-5. My roommate 6. That's that. He don't call by names.
Oh, that's the old ball coach.
Yes. But then, you go have him Thanksgiving, right before you go home for Thanksgiving break, and he goes in there and says, he got these he cuts all the lights off. And you got a rock, you got a marshmallow, and you got a jelly bean. He put them to the fire. The rock, they don't burn. So that's what I thought I was.
Word?
Nope. I wasn't a rock. Then he got to the marshmallow. You put him to the fire, he's gonna burn quick. You got a jelly bean, he gonna take a little while for him to burn, but he gonna burn. He said, 1-5, you're a jelly bean. I said, okay, why am I a jelly bean, coach? He said, because you had 450 out of conference, you had 225 inside of conference, so you're a jelly bean. Put him to the fire and watch him burn.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
Dead serious.
Shout out to old ball coach, though, man. They always throw little tricks and little jokes at you to make it fun.
For sure.
Yeah. Hey, man, you hit this one out the park. Grab your burger after the game. Bet.
Yeah.
So, Shedeur Sanders, you see where he got dropped out of the draft, went from projected to be, top 3, top 5, allegedly, to basically 5th round?
Yeah, to Cleveland.
So how do you feel about that?
I think it's jacked up. I think they're holding Dion against him. In my opinion, because prime time is prime time, and it is. You can't. Prime time tells you the truth. He may tell you in an arrogant way, but he's gonna tell you the truth. And prime time is one of the best to put them cleats on.
Unapologetic.
Yeah. So when you got him, his son is a phenomenal quarterback, and he's supposed to be one of the top quarterbacks picked. And you wait to the 5th round, something's going on in the upper office.
Shock the world.
No, completely. He gonna be on the field.
Yeah. And that kid he has to beat out in Cleveland?
Yeah, he's going to be on the field. Yeah, and Travis Hunter, beast.
Yeah, I like Travis. I like their whole receiving core last year. And they developed, man. They got better and better. Their defense, they got a little better.
Sure.
So, I like that interesting perspective right there. Favorite restaurant or a home cooked meal?
Home cooked meal is my mama's. She cooks that chicken dressing casserole.
I like them casseroles.
Yeah, and homemade macaroni
with the casserole.
Homemade macaroni and cheese.
Ooh.
And then she throws that broccoli casserole. And I'm telling you right now,
man, I'm coming.
There's no broccoli casserole like my mama's broccoli casserole. She makes one for everybody. She puts one in the cabinet for me and one in the cabinet for my brother. My brother thinks he's slick. He makes his plate. He used mine and takes his whole one home. I told him that ain't gonna happen no more.
That's petty.
But my favorite restaurant, I would say, I'm a seafood guy, so I like Red Lobster.
Ooh, me too.
Yeah, I like any shrimp, any way you can give it to me. I like
yes, man. Hey, me and you talking. I'm right there with you.
Facts.
The Colossus out of the building. The great BANDCHINO. So, cleats, you like the highs or the lows?
The lows.
Lows?
Yeah, I don't like high tops.
Speedy guy?
Yeah, I didn't even like high tops in basketball, but we had to wear them. But I would wear, if I was playing in today's game, I wouldn't wear them low cuts like I'd wear 3/4.
Some ankle support?
Yeah,
at least a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't play in lows.
So right at the mids?
Yeah, for sure.
I do like mids.
Yeah.
People usually ask high or lows, but I like to land right in the middle.
Yeah, for sure.
So most big sluggers have this in common. Did you cling to a favorite bat coming up?
I swung a 33-30.
Yeah.
Black Magic Easton.
Easton days.
Loved it. It was cracked.
What?
Nobody knew it. Coach Myers didn't know it.
Still popping that thing.
I kept swinging it. Then it broke one day at practice. So I went to a 3330 TPX. It cracked.
Word.
But it lasted the whole season my senior year. Hit 12 bumps with it.
You went from the Eastern to the TPX?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Both, man, you was killing it, bro.
I did the same thing in softball, so I was switching bats, though, because I'm different manufacturers, though.
You cracking right on the barrel?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, man, you was popping that thing, bro.
Trying to.
Knocking under the pine tree, over the pine tree.
Trying to.
Bat gloves. How you feel about that? You got a favorite?
No, I don't have a favorite, but I got to have them on.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean.
Did you ever use one and one on and one off?
Well, I did, coming up, because I didn't have batting gloves. So Bill Pinkham, his dad played for Louisville Slugger, so he always had a lot of batting gloves.
Yeah.
I was like, Bill, let me borrow batting gloves.
Shout out to the Pinkhams.
Yeah, for sure. So then I would wear one on, and there was the old Louisville Sluggers. They were ugly, I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'd wear one on, one off. My dad never wore any. I tried that.
That's all why I asked you. Some old schoolers,
they grab dirt, do that, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
I tried that and threw the bat over third base dugout. I said, I can't do that. But now today, like if I go hit right now, I got batting gloves, but I don't strap them anymore. Right. I just keep them on.
Keep them loose?
Yeah.
I do like them fairly loose.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny though, yeah. No bat gloves.
Yeah, they didn't want.
Every once in a while, you get lucky and get a solid pop off the barrel. But
and then, boy, when you hit it on the hands, you got problems.
Early spring practice?
Yeah, right.
So your favorite art, reverse, Big Chew or sunflower seeds in the dugout?
Oh, Lord.
What you rocking with?
Neither one.
Or neither?
I'm going with Grizzly. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. He said, give me that fresh cut.
I'm going with Grizzly.
The snuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Snuffing?
Yeah.
Word. Oh, yeah, you a ball player's ball player.
Always, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Man, hey, don't try to run on him. You probably play catcher too. Look, don't try to run on him. Don't try to steal on it. I'm telling you, bro. So I know you played shortstop, second, you played everything, didn't you?
Yeah, I played, mostly all through high school, I played short and pitch.
Short.
And then
college?
Well, Coach Myers tried to make me center fielder because my dad played my freshman year.
Got that speed, man.
So the first ball came hit him, I took 2 steps in, and guess what? You seen 15 because I was running back up a hill trying to get that ball.
Yeah.
So then I became shortstop, and then shortstop pitcher. Then I went to college. I was shortstop pitcher. Then all my players and teammates were Dominicans and Puerto Ricans down in Texas.
Yeah.
So
they overload the game.
Oh, for sure.
The Hernandez's and the Martinez's.
And they can pick it.
Yes.
So I went
really spin it.
They moved me to third, so then I played third and pitched, and then with Campbellsville, third and pitched.
Third and hold on, pause. Third and pitched?
Oh, for sure.
That's insane itself.
For sure.
So you're gonna get off the mound, then you're gonna go to where the hot tamales is being popped.
Oh wait, arm killing you.
Arm killing you.
Arm killing
you, stopping everything, knocking it off your chin, everything.
Yeah,
bro.
got to.
Complete beast, bro. So this is for the parents in this fluctuating economy. Is baseball the most expensive sport?
I don't know the way the world is today because AAU basketball costs a lot of money as well.
Absolutely. My travel?
Yeah, my nephew's playing it right now, and he's working out 5 days a week down with JT down in the sportsplex, and it costs money. But baseball, I would say, especially at a young age,
yes,
yeah, travel ball they're playing that pretty much every weekend.
It costs,
which I think it's okay. I think everybody should play all summer, but it takes away from kids being kids, in my opinion.
It does. That's a lot of baseball.
Yeah, give them some time to go spend some time at the pool or whatever, ride bikes or do something like that. But they're always at the baseball field, and that's why you see kids get to 10th, 11th grade, sophomores and juniors, and then he said, "Remember that kid when he was 12? Where he at?"
Right.
He don't play no more. He burned out.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that when I was younger.
Yeah.
I was like, man, phew.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I wasn't one of the best players back then, man, the cost of everything. There was a lot of times I didn't have the paper for that.
I didn't either.
Luckily, I look back and like, if I wasn't one of the better athletes, would have I got that paid for?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
For sure.
I'm like,
it happens every day.
Hey, you need this. You get your cleats.
I got you. I got you.
So shout out to them coaches.
Yeah, they keep it real.
So what do you miss most about playing the game? Any sport?
The most,
and let me get this straight. You still play some stuff because this is a competitive beast. You don't want to play him in pool, cornhole, whatever you want to do. He's ready for it. He can get the business with.
That's what I thrive on now. I play like pool, cornhole. I got 2 brand new bats up there that I just got sent about a month ago. Senior bats, and I never thought I'd be holding a senior bat, but they're really good. But my dad said, "What are you gonna do? Just look at them?" And I was like, "Right now I am." You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I miss the whole thing about going out there and competing. It's like cornhole, and I play pool. I don't care as long as we're playing and everything's quiet. You ain't saying nothing. We're good. If you win, you win. And I got my intercept I got to deal with. But if you start talking trash, then that competitive beast comes completely out of me, and then I'm going to get you.
Yes.
That's just,
and Jordan with the cigar come out.
Yeah, so that's what I miss about playing the basketball, baseball, football, the team camaraderie, things like that. Being around your friends all the time.
It's a brotherhood after a while.
For sure. For sure. So that's what I mostly miss.
And they still chime in with you. They find excuses to talk to you and connect and contact you.
Most definitely.
That's awesome, man. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
I knew I loved this brother for a reason. I was a little spooked for a second, but you cleared that up. Man, I knew I loved you for a reason, dog. Yeah, team iPhone.
For sure.
I'll get with it. So your daughter, to my understanding, she played too.
Yes.
What sport did she play? She played basketball?
All 3 of my daughters played sports at E-Town. Coach Mudd was the one that asked me, he said, "Hey, you gonna have any more kids?" I said, "No." I said, "I got 3 girls." I said, "That's the only reason you want me to keep sending you girls." I said, "That's over." No, Taylor, my oldest one, Taylor, that's my twin. She, in my opinion, not because she's mine. I mean,
she is your twin.
Yeah.
I see she is your twin image. Shout out to Coach Mudd, too.
Yeah, but I mean, not saying because she's mine. She's probably the best female hitter that I've been around, lessons and everything, because, I taught her since she was 6.
Man, that apple's not falling off the tree.
So she went to Tennessee Tech, and then she's the first girl at H-Town High School to get a Division I scholarship.
That's sick.
And plus she hooped, and she was with Aaron Boley, Darian Huff, Rachel Warden, all them girls. So she played in like 3 state finals. You know what I'm saying? They won the region and all that stuff. So she's been through the thing, and she works at Blue Oval now. She's doing very well for herself.
Awesome.
And then Bailey, she played basketball, volleyball, and softball, but she tore her ACL twice.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. So now she's just graduated from nursing school with a health science degree.
That's amazing.
And then Sydney, she tried to play basketball. She just wouldn't. Sid was the one that just chilled. She just laid back. She didn't want to really go out and work at it. She just chased. I go pitch to Taylor and Sid be the ball chaser.
There you go.
So she would play volleyball, and she did very well at volleyball. And she just graduated from cosmetology school, and she's at Main Obsession doing hair right across from the hospital by Baskin Robbins.
Man, great genetics. Beautiful family, man.
Thank you.
And they're just good at all different types of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Talents, gifts. Nice, man. So
good grades.
That's it. That's the boy. I got a soccer kid right now. She plays soccer.
Awesome.
Yeah. So hotel or Airbnb? Which one you prefer?
Well, I used to, when I played pro softball, I flew around the world. We stayed in the best hotels you can be, but there's an Airbnb down in E-Town that my Aunt Cheryl came down from Minneapolis and stayed in, and I was like, we went over to chill. I said, hold on a minute.
Free night.
Forget the hotel. This is a crib. You know what I mean?
More spacious.
I walked out. I said, Dad, I want to buy that.
You got pool, hot tub,
everything.
Nice. Using there playing pool.
Oh, for sure.
So, would you rather fly or get in a plane? I mean, fly or drive?
Fly.
Yeah.
Even though today's world, like my nephew, his mom's going to go to Florida this weekend, and he backed out because he's been seeing with all the jets, all the things been going on with the airplanes.
It's been
crazy.
It's been interesting, yeah.
But for me, all I did for 4 or 5 years of playing pro softball was 3 out of 4 weekends a month was I was on a plane. So I just go get on that plane, put that little air conditioner on, grab a little blue blanket and that white pillow, and I'm good.
That's why I asked, man. You play so many balls, you did so much traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fly.
There you go. How you feel about the LA Dodgers winning it all last year?
They deserve it.
Repeat this year?
I think there's a good chance. And
They're
plus,
pretty good.
Yeah, and Ohtani's healthy too.
Yeah.
And he's a beast.
Goodness gracious.
Mookie Betts. They got that. If you take Mookie Betts out of the outfield and bring him in the infield,
Mookie Betts,
and don't miss a beat, that tells you a lot. And they got
last night?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it last night.
They beat the Yankees again.
They got arms.
Yankees looked a little stressed out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Aaron Judge and them. So yeah, we got into it a little bit earlier, but women's softball's been incredibly fun to watch. Texas A&M got knocked off. They were the #1 seed. got lost to Liberty, which wasn't even ranked.
Right.
You got the Texas Tech girl, Najari Kennedy, or whatever. She signed transfer for $1 million. You know what I mean? From Stanford, to my understanding.
Right.
She played last year, and now Texas Tech that wasn't even in the position last year. Now they're in the picture.
It's amazing that what I learned from watching my daughters play coming up. Which, I mean, hitting is good.
Yeah.
Defense is good. Base running, all that's good. But what you have in that circle determines a whole lot.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at North Arden. I mean, they got that girl that moved in. She's a freshman. She's got 384 strikeouts this year.
Yes.
That's unheard of.
That is, man. And I feel like the more competitive the games get in the tournament, the less runs are being scored.
Sure.
And the more pitching, it's more of a back and forth pitching
Absolutely.
battle.
That's what it is. I mean, if you have that arm in a circle in girls softball, you learn. All you got to do as a coach is learn to scratch a run.
Yes.
If I can get her one, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Make some good plays in the field.
Yeah, make the routines.
So give us a crazy dugout story.
Oh man,
It can be funny, petty.
no. When I was in, this is bad. When I was in junior college at Howard, Texas, our coach was Coach Griffin, and he was like 75, I think, at the time, and he didn't coach third. And Coach Alvarez was our third base coach. Great man. But we had his daughter, bless her soul, she passed away. She had an illness.
God bless.
And her name was Ginger. And if you look over in dugout and Ginger had her legs crossed, still.
That was the still indicator?
That was the still indicator.
That's great stuff.
She's on a walker, man, so it's terrible. That was still, and if she's trying to get up, that was hit and run.
Mostly it's like,
I'm like, yeah, with no signals, bro. No, I was like, are we serious? And you look over, and Coach Alvarez is pointing to the dugout. I look over, and she's trying to get up. Well,
look at the leg.
Hit and run.
Yo, that's beyond a knee slapper, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Those indicators got kind of wild.
Oh, for sure.
And it was hidden.
Yeah.
His whole goal was to make sure the other team didn't catch on to it.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So what would you consider the longest ball you ever hit? Yard work. Big bat status.
Baseball or softball?
Give me one of both.
Baseball hit one off the leg of the water tower.
Good God Almighty.
So
E-Town?
Yeah, against Shelby County.
You E-Town people, y'all know what that where the water tower is at back there.
I did that, so I accomplished something that Mark Bradley accomplished, so I felt good about that.
Yeah.
But in softball, we played in Nashville, and I hit one. I think they measured like 520. And of course, I was working out in the gym. And I was
Good grief.
strong and all that. So yeah, that's probably the first one.
They still looking for that ball. You find it yet?
Yeah,
I think
right?
a bird grabbed it. Good. You crushed that, didn't you, bro?
Yes, sir.
You straight up pinged that. So, how drastic do you feel the Michelin report? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
It was when he came to the steroid report. Let's call it that.
Oh, you're talking about like with Bonds? And,
Yeah. How do you feel that changed the game? Just watching it as a fan.
Personally, I mean, Barry Bonds, you can say Barry Bonds. They talk about Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. They mention Griffey and this and that stuff like that because he got injured a lot, all that stuff.
Dog.
But the bottom line to me is Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were hitting home runs before they ever did that.
The hand and eye coordination,
Yeah,
right?
that's the bottom line. The only thing it did for Barry Bonds, instead of hitting him 330, hit him in McCovey Cove.
Right.
It's no different because you still got to get the bat to the ball. I mean, that's the only thing about it. You got to get the bat to the ball.
I feel like it may just go a little bit further.
It's all
Maybe 5 or
just
10.
a little bit.
But that's a good point, because I'm a hitter's hitter.
Sure.
You see the ball, I see the ball. So we understand, when you're seeing it and you're in that zone, it looks like a beach ball.
Oh, that's love right there. When it's that big.
Yeah.
I don't care where you throw it. Just get it close.
Yeah.
Just get it close.
The meat and potatoes and things, and it doesn't even feel like you're hitting it hard.
Right.
It's like the farthest balls, it's like you didn't even swing the hardest.
Just get the head to it.
Beautiful.
Get the head to it.
Contact.
That's it.
So, define a good teammate in your own definition. What makes a good teammate in your eyes?
A good teammate is my roommate Kyle Wall was probably my best teammate ever. He's assistant coach at Logan County right now.
Awesome.
And not only on the field, but off the field, we gained respect right off the bat. We didn't know each other from Adam. He's from Illinois. I'm from E-Town. We moved into the dorm and we become roommates. So we just developed a true friendship first.
Yes.
Then once you get that friendship, when you're on the field, you know, it's dog eat dog with your teammates. But then there's off the field.
Right.
And then wherever he was, I was.
Is that real brother?
Yeah. But then the thing about it is, that's not just two people I'm talking about, because we developed the whole system of our whole team.
Right.
That we hung out together. If we're gonna get in trouble, we're gonna get in trouble together.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if one of us going down like that, if we're gonna go do this, we're going out, we sneak out, we're gonna do it together.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's my. I mean, that's my dog.
That's awesome. Shout out to him. Sounds like he means a lot to you.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's how you develop that camaraderie. And like you said, off the field.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where you develop that true brotherhood, man.
Absolutely.
And you got stories and. So, chicken wings, drums or flats?
Flats. You know, it's funny you asked me that because, nah, seriously, that's real funny because I used to be, I just want drums.
You the drums?
And I didn't call them flats, I called them wings.
You just eating.
Yeah.
Chicken's chicken, right?
But see, I be watching all these cooking reels now.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing the way they push them up and suck them off or just break them out. I've been learning all that, bro. So I'm like, nah, yeah, I'm flats.
Word.
Yeah,
Team flats.
Yeah, I love it.
Talk heavy, man. So, what about the dipping sauce? Are you eating them things just how they get them?
No, I'm going. They got to touch that. They got to touch a little ranch.
Little ranch?
Yeah, they got to touch a little ranch.
Okay, I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
Roger Clemens or Randy Johnson?
Roger Clemens.
Yeah. Jazz Chisholm Jr. or De La Cruz?
De La Cruz.
Yeah. Man, big dog. So, where would you place Pedro Martinez as a closer of all time?
Ooh, Pedro threw the baseball like Greg Maddux. You know, he had the long fingers and he can put pressure points on the seams and make it move. I'd say he's in the top.
A lot of motion on that thing.
Man, but the difference, Maddux threw about 85, Pedro threw about 93, 94.
He did.
Pedro's a bad boy.
He has so much motion on that ball. I feel like when I was younger watching Pedro, when he came in the game was sealed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm like, if you see him coming,
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Nice. So, let's get to business. Angels in the outfield or the Sandlot?
Sandlot. Mm-hmm. I love the Sandlot.
Classic.
I love them when they start chewing for the first time and get on the roller coaster.
Yeah, at the fair.
Yeah.
See, that reminds you of those teammate moments, right?
For sure.
Yeah, did all kind of stuff like
camaraderie.
That. Yes.
And the Jet Rodriguez jump up top there.
Man.
Oh, man.
I need the Jet.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, the Sandlot for sure.
Classic, man. The 96 Bulls or the 2015 Golden State Warriors?
Ooh,
Petty.
96 Bulls.
Is it they go back to the physicality?
Physicality and MJ. I love Steph, don't get me wrong.
Phil Jackson.
And Draymond didn't want no part of Dennis Rodman and all them.
I'm going to ask you that. They always try to,
They'd have been fighting.
Yeah. every step of the way they've been fighting.
For sure.
They probably would have hurt each other.
No doubt.
No more Garcia Parra or Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter. And they're both close, but Derek Jeter, I mean, he's the only man I know as a shortstop. I respect. He's my second favorite shortstop besides Ozzie.
He was so sick. Smooth.
And he plays every game.
Yes, he's very consistent.
And he's the only person from coaching and giving lessons you teach not to stride towards the plate because it closes you off. Mm-hmm. But if you watch Derek Jeter bat, 90% of his balls he hit was to right center field because he backs off the plate and he stands that way because he strides towards the plate. But he's a gamer.
I think his IQ of the game is on next level.
Yes,
because like you said, he knows that his strength was to push the ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Push it.
Yep.
Travis Hunter or Cooper Kupp? I know it's early.
Ooh. Right now? I'm going to say...
Potential.
Okay, I'm going to say Travis Hunter because Travis Hunter going to play both sides of football.
I figured you were going to say that, yeah.
Cooper Kupp's bad boy.
Both sides, bro.
But Travis Hunter's going to play both sides of football and play it well.
And maybe not every snap, but hey, if you're effective on both sides...
He's going to play just like his coach played.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a mini Dion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Woo! Let's get to business. Brady or Joe Montana? Tom Brady.
I'm going with Tom. I mean, I like Joe Montana. I'm going with Tom Brady.
GOAT?
Yeah, for sure.
I like
Bar
that.
none.
Champion, bro.
Bar none. You can't play some rings.
Talk GOAT talk.
Yeah, for sure.
Mark Pope or John Calipari? This was interesting.
Well, it's funny that you asked me that because I went to work the other day and I had on an Arkansas fleece.
You have one on?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, dirty hogs.
The hat and all. And they were like, Coach, why you wearing Arkansas? I said, I like Cal. And I said, but tomorrow I have on the Cats. And I did. I got more Cat stuff. I only got one Arkansas fleece. But the bottom line is, I like Cal, and Cal prepares his boys to go to the next level. He's got more players in the NBA than any coach they could ever think of. But I think Pope is doing a good job. He's got a great recruiting class come in.
Yes.
But he's got some big shoes to fill with Cal.
We got some ways to go.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a win-win situation.
Because I remember in the midst of his departure, I remember you mentioning Cal and he's been there for 15 seasons. We got used to Cal.
Yeah.
We got used to him, man. I'm a Cal guy too, so it was hard to watch him go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But all-time UK starting five.
Ooh, all-time.
Basketball.
Let's go. Dan Issel.
Yeah. See, I hear that name all the time. Dan
AD.
Starting off heavy.
Jamal Mashburn.
The Mash.
Ooh,
that sounds like a real lineup because you can play Mash at the three.
Yeah, then you got to go to the guards. And a lot of people they won't pick this, but I'm gonna say Rex
Chapman.
Yes.
Ooh.
And then I'm going on how they played.
Don't forget about Rex.
Yeah, I'm going on how they played in college, not what they're doing right now.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like you can put Jamal Murray and Shea and all them in there, but Kyle Mason.
Ooh, I wish I would have seen a lot of these play, but I did my homework and research. Them highlights. Rex Chapman.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Whew, lights out.
Ridiculous.
He'll cook you quick.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I got one for you. So, Dion or Bo Jackson?
Both.
I gotta respect it.
I mean, because Bo was if Bo didn't have to have that hip replacement, Bo was going to be one of the best running backs ever. Right. But also hit a baseball a mile. But Dion
beast
do the same thing, playing offense and defense in football, and they go 2 days later go play for the Braves in the playoffs.
Hop on the plane.
Yeah, so both of them.
Man, look, that was such a petty question. So I gotta respect that.
Both of them.
Two of my favorite athletes ever.
For sure.
So, music genres. What's your favorite?
R&B.
I love it.
R&B.
Need more of that nowadays, right?
Yeah, I don't get into the
hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop and rap and
you like jazz.
I never really got into jazz, but
no jazz music.
I like country.
Country smooth.
Yeah, I like country.
Okay, you got a favorite country artist?
I like Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen. Yeah. He's the hot one nowadays.
Yeah, I like Morgan Wallen.
He's popping up all over the place.
My favorite guy, period, is Jelly Roll.
I like Jelly.
Yeah, Jelly changed his whole life, man.
I like Luke Combs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Jelly. Jelly's a nice one. So, Nike or Starter jackets?
Oh, Nike.
Word.
Yeah, Nike for sure.
Nike everything?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you
socks.
Everything. I'm not gonna tell you I didn't have a starter jacket there.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
this was hot and popping.
I got a starter jacket for Christmas, boy. I put it under the tree.
But I had the windbreakers back in the day.
For sure.
Yeah.
But everybody today, in today's world, all they want to do is see that swoosh. If it ain't a Jordan, they want to see a swoosh.
So official.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a check.
Yeah.
I like that. So football, taped up cleats or non-taped?
Non-taped.
Word. You talking about a stud, bro.
Non-taped.
You played wide out in football, didn't you?
I played wide out for 1 year, but I was quarterback.
So you was quarterback?
Yeah. I played wide out because I came out late because I said I was going to quit football. Sean Sykes was a quarterback for a couple games, and then we switched and I went back to quarterback.
Quarterback, just like Mark.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice. What kind of offense did y'all run back in the day?
Oh, man. Coach Lynch had us running the option.
The option. Yeah. The option days.
He was running the veer.
Good running back?
Yeah, DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my guy.
Sick.
But, we had good running backs, but I would a lot rather when talking about, you was talking to Chris Todd.
Mm-hmm.
And
shout out to Chris.
They opened up, and when he started playing it, because he's so knowledgeable about the game, they opened up the spread for y'all.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Man, we had
that's what I want.
Yes, it was so fun playing out there with Chris. I mean, there was no worries, man.
No.
So many athletes. He had so many options. I mean, it was so much fun.
For sure.
Air attack,
For sure.
Turf or grass?
Turf.
Word.
Especially if we're playing, I say field turf now.
Baseball or football?
Baseball, I say field turf. Football, I say grass. Because football, you're making all them cuts and stuff, and that's how people get the ACLs torn. But baseball,
that's a good point.
it's going to be hotter as it's hit to you because it's going to be quicker.
It's going to be smoking.
But you're going to get true hops.
It'd be a solid hop,
right?
You're
going to get true hops. The dirt, you can kick and things like that.
Plus off the end of the grass.
For sure.
Yeah. Man, you know the game. Hopping off that grass, boy.
You wait too long, you better back up.
It's gonna be a rocket. So, early or late workouts?
Early. I think early workouts are good because it gets your day going.
Right.
And it seems like to me, which I don't do anymore, I need to, but it gets like go work out in the gym, and you come out of the gym, you're like, oh my goodness, it's like full of energy.
Releases that the endorphin. Is that the word?
Endorphins. Yeah, for sure.
That's a good point. And then your mind, you're just so fresh in the morning.
Yeah, clear-minded and everything. You're ready to go.
Light breakfast. So how do you feel about the revolution of sports, being around the eras that has transpired? It's a lot different, man. Every sport is different now, which is expected.
Right.
But every game is like in basketball. There's a lot more fouls being called. A lot more points, a lot more threes of that nature. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, Steph changed that himself.
So he was. You feel like he was the breaking point of the culture.
No doubt in my mind. As far as the 3-point shots, and then you go watch youth kids, and all they want to do is run around, shoot threes.
That's it.
Now, you know what I mean? They're not trying to get to the rim like Jordan. You didn't notice. Jordan hit threes every now and then. Yeah. Jordan's mid range was great, but Jordan get to the rim. Mm-hmm. So it's two decades of different. And Steph changed that. And then in football, everybody says that the refs cater to Kansas City and yada yada yada. And all
the targeting and the pass interference.
It's not football anymore.
It's a lot, man.
I mean, I understand. I'm not the one out there getting hit upside the head like that. But if you watch the game back in the day, man, head to head, Ray Lewis, then they would take your head off.
Man,
these days you hit somebody like that, y'all, you suspended and fined $50,000 and out for 3 games.
Yeah, it'll cost you a lot.
And baseball, the bats are
a bunch
good. Mm-hmm. So pitchers are at a weakness to what I think. No matter how dominant you are, because if they get that barrel to it, I don't care if you throw 105 like Chapman does. Throw 105. If they get that barrel to it, it's gone.
That's a good point. And the strike zone is so small.
Oh, you got to throw it through a teacup.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the hard part to watch in baseball. It's like, where is the zone at?
It's a hitter's game now.
Yeah,
you got to. The zone is a hitter. So if they don't come in that zone, it's a ball. But as a pitcher, you try your luck. You get in that zone with the best you got.
So kind of like similar to basketball, do you feel like they want to sell more tickets based off more runs scored?
I think so, for sure.
Kind of like in basketball, they want, more threes, more free throws.
You know what they say, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why I asked you that. And everybody doesn't analyze the game like this, but I know you see it that way.
Right, yeah. They want to come see people. They want to come see a 1-0 game where there's a pitcher's duel. They want to come see balls out of the ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's get the business. A song you could go forever without hearing again.
Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Dead serious.
I bet you got so used to that. Yeah. When did it come out?
Goodness. I was about 7th, 8th grade. 7th, 8th grade. Yeah. Oh, that song, Lord.
That's one of those ones right there.
For sure.
Turn it off ASAP.
Yeah.
So let's get the business. So personally, everyone's perception of success is different. It differentiates. What do you see as true success?
I don't put myself into like individual success. I put myself into like having a good job, having a good family, being able to provide for my girls, and anything that I've ever done on or off the field, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I just want to be the best father and hopefully grandfather and uncle that I am right now. That's what I call success.
Absolutely, man. Doing it for these kiddos now.
Yes, that's all goes to glory to God.
I love that. That's how I feel as being a man. We got a duty to get up and just be a man.
Absolutely.
That's it, man. So Caitlin Clark injury. The ticket sales have dwindled ever since she's got hurt. Like, they've dramatically dropped. How do you feel about the interest of the WNBA and where it's headed?
Well, a lot of people, you know, they hate on Caitlin Clark. I love Caitlin Clark.
I do like Caitlin.
And because she reminds me of Steph.
She got that Steph, that it factor about her.
And she's a dog. She's a go-getter. And even though her and Angel Reese had their words and all this stuff,
that's competitive.
Yeah, that's just playing the game. But Caitlin Clark is there. A lot of people hate on her in the WNBA, but they don't realize what she's done for the WNBA. The ticket sales are through the roof.
Obviously.
And so, I mean, I love Caitlin Clark.
She's making a difference. And like you said, she's like Steph. Look, no players like that that's running around those screens.
Yeah, you don't see people doing that.
They'll get annoying because they won't miss. I'm running around these screens and then you still splash the jumper. What can I do? So that's what the frustration is. She's cooking them.
Yeah, for sure.
And her style of play.
Yeah.
So here's one that I often ask: discipline or motivation? Which one do you feel is more important?
I think discipline, because motivation comes with discipline. But discipline, you can be motivated and go out there and do anything you want to, but be an undisciplined player. But discipline goes with life, childhood, sports, whatever. Discipline, if you have discipline, especially when you go into sports, it makes sports a whole different animal, because you take it to a different level because you're disciplined about what you know what you're supposed to do, and you're going to do what you're supposed to do. Now, don't get me wrong, getting motivated is awesome as well. Getting motivated for a game, you got a good motivational speaker or something like that, get you pumped up, ready to run through walls, but you still got to be disciplined besides being motivated.
Absolutely. That discipline always kicks in.
Yeah, absolutely.
The consistency behind it.
Yes.
That Kobe in the gym.
Oh, facts.
Facts. Mentality.
Facts.
Man, talk heavy.
Yes, sir.
So, I love how you came up here, man. Your message to the youth or any upcoming inspired athletes, what would you say to the young bucks?
Don't ever give up on dreams. If you have a dream, chase it. It may not happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, but you have to keep working. Because once you quit working, just remember there's 99 other people that are still working.
Yes.
Chase your dreams, and don't let nobody tell you can't reach them. Don't sell yourself short.
Lock in.
Yes, sir.
That's a wonderful message right there. The Colossus of Cloud wrapping it up with us, but do you have any shout outs?
Basically, my shout out is to my mom and dad.
To the fam?
Yeah, for sure, because without them, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
Absolutely.
And
shout out to Rich.
Yeah, they my heart and souls, and they do everything far and beyond my entire life. And I love them to death.
Shout out to Rich and my dudes. Rich is a stud himself, man.
Yes,
Beast
sir.
out there. He still do any umpiring?
No, Daddy's medically retired. He done had a knee replacement. He just sits back and chills.
He wants to, though.
Yeah. He's still he'll tell you all about the game all day long.
The passion just goes deep.
Oh, yeah, it never leaves. He'll text me at school and say, "Hey, OKC won, Daddy. I seen it this morning."
He making sure you know.
No, for sure.
And then you play your cornhole?
I play cornhole. He used to play until he had all his knee injuries and all that. But my brother is
you nice with it?
He's I'll shout out to him too, because he's the truth in cornhole.
Y'all gonna play tournaments?
He took me out to play in one the other day, and there was one of those money tournaments, and we didn't do too bad. That's all I'll say about that.
Man, invite me, man.
Yeah,
not bad.
For sure. For sure.
No,
he plays. He plays all the time.
That sounds fun, man. Hey, the Colossus of Cloud, the great BANDCHINO, DeMond Thomas.
Yo, let's get the business.